I want to welcome everybody to the breakfast. The Papa system is going to continue to stay on the leading edge for two reasons. We have one hell of a team behind us that helps us set up all these hilltops that you hear us working on. We also have very generous people like distributors and Papa members that donate funds to keep us on the leading edge. With that in mind, we're looking for a volunteer here today to help us sell door prize tickets. So after my short presentation here, I'm going to ask one of you in this room, well, look at there. We got a volunteer already. That's what I like about the Papa system. A lot of people say, hey, Cecil, you do a lot. It's really not me. It's volunteers like that. The tickets are going to be $5 a piece, or 5 tickets for 20, and then we raise enough funds today, it'll be the 9600. If we don't, it'll be the TYD. And I got to tell you that the Anytone is my go-to radio. It's got a lot of neat features, and a little birdie told me that it's a handheld, dual band, DMR and analog. So anyway, with that in mind, many of you just heard that we put a new repeater up, and why in the world would the Papa system want one more repeater? Well, it overlooks Newport Beach, and it covers all the nooks and crannies that we don't get with Saddle Peak and Santiago.
Does it cover San Pedro?
It covers San Pedro. It is actually full scale at my house. And I got on the freeway and I stayed on Papa. The new repeater designator is Papa 5. It gave me coverage all the way from North County, San Diego, all the way to the meeting here today. So program it into your radio. It's one hell of a repeater. We're also planning, funds permitting, to add a DMR repeater at the same site.
Where is that site?
It's, if you're familiar with the 73, when you're going south, about 3 miles before you hit the 5 on the toll road, 73, it's on the right. It's on a hilltop that's about 1,100 feet, but it has excellent coverage. It's amazing the coverage off such a small hill. And what it does, a lot of you are familiar with Catalina. It doesn't duplicate Catalinas, but it does cover a lot of the coastal coverage that we don't have currently. So when you get down on the south side of PV, it'll be rock solid coverage for you. La Jolla, all those areas along the coast that Papa's fallen short on. So that's the new repeater. We had a very Yes.
I just have a question before you move on.
On the repeater?
Yeah, how did that come to pass? I saw that there were 3 guys you were thanking. Did they just decide they wanted to be part of the Papa system and they had a repeater that wasn't getting used, or how did that work?
It's interesting. I've always, when I'm talking to people, I've always tried to figure out where they're from, where they're going, and how they're going to get there. Well, at the Orange County, there was Monty that says, you know, our small group is really hurting because we just don't have no activity, and we really like the Papa system because of your policy that you have. And I said, what policy is that? He says, no call goes unanswered. Now, it's an unwritten rule for the new guys here today, is it's no call goes unanswered. And why is that so important? Because of the new hands that just graduated. They go out, they buy a new radio, they spend $100, $300, $1,000, and they get all excited, they connect everything, they key up, and they go to some system, they key up, nobody answers them. So it's a cardinal rule for the Papa system, no call goes unanswered. To answer your question, Monty approached me, and he said, you ought to talk to Ron and see if he, because nobody's using it. I key up, nobody comes back to me. So he put me in touch with Ron, and now Monty is a Papa member, and Ron Ron, I invited Ron over to my house. We got the Papa shop there where we do all of the development of products and repeaters and what have you. I just spent a half hour, because I sell ice cubes to Eskimos, and he really bought what we were doing. He couldn't believe that I could go up to a hilltop with the team I got and put his repeater on link in less than an hour. He says, "You're BSing." Well, yesterday we got there at 10 o'clock, and by 10:30, 50 to 11, we had Papa 5 on the grid. And that's the magic that we have with the technical team that we have.
RFQ or internet?
Pardon me?
RFQ or internet?
Internet is a nasty word.
I don't know.
And I don't like to get into the technical details because I don't want to start a discussion of what's good or bad about RF linking versus internet. But let's call it All-Star, okay? All-Star is, for some reason, doesn't have a negative. I mean, a lot of people believe in All-Star, but in reality, D-Star, DMR, All-Star, all use the internet. We very seldom ever have a failure. And the reason is that one of our Papa members actually owned a portion of AIS, and the Papa system has its own microwave radios to all our hilltops. So we're in control of the entire system. The Papa system doesn't depend on anybody else. We have our own internet microwave radios, we have our own tech team, and what we try to do is, from the memberships, just like we got a volunteer here right now to help us, he's volunteering to do a very important job. Fundraising for the Papa system keeps the Papa system on the leading edge. So, what's next on the Papa system? We had a very generous donation from a Papa member that wants to be left, doesn't want me to give him credit for it, but it was a significant donation. So, in order to improve the coverage on our latest repeater at Coral Peak, we decided to get a brand new repeater, and on the 27th of this month, that new repeater is going to be installed at Coral Peak. We had mobile coverage into Yuma at the Yuma Hamfest, but our goal is with a new repeater is we're going to have handheld coverage at the Yuma Hamfest next year. For those of you that haven't been at Yuma, it was probably one of the best really Hamfests that I've been to. It's like TRW used to be 30 years ago. You guys got to go there. It's a lot of fun. We were there and we set up our own multi-mode repeater. How many in this room knows what a multi-mode repeater is? Well, the Papa system has 2 multi-mode repeaters. It allows you, whatever it hears, it repeats. So we thought it'd be a real novelty to show it off at the Yuma Hamfest. And at the Yuma Hamfest, we had it set up, and we had more people at our booth demonstrating how well this multi-mode played than some of the vendors. And it was really exciting. So we were talking EMR, P25, Fusion, and E-Star. And what we did is, I put out a call real quick, and I got somebody on the Midway in San Diego, and when I stopped talking to him, somebody came in from Okinawa, and the people were standing in front, and they said, "You're talking to the world with a handheld?" I said, "Yeah, I'm looking. It's only a quarter watt, but I had a repeater here, and of course, the nasty word, I was using the internet to talk to the world." But nevertheless, we should take care of the use of the technology that we have available. So anyway, with that in mind, that's everything that's going on with the Papa system. We're going to keep it short. We wanted to share part of this meeting with the rest of the Papa members and put it on the website. This was Ray's idea. I think it's a good idea because a lot of people that don't attend these meetings really don't get the benefit of finding out what's up with the PAPA system. This way, they'll be able to watch a 5-minute video. They'll see what's cooking. And with this generous donation now, I can tell you that enough funds have been collected for this year that we will be moving from San Diego. We're at Santiago. We plan to upgrade Papa 1, and and then we'll go up to Santa Barbara and upgrade that site also. But and we're looking for volunteers because this is probably the most important part. All of us, not me, I don't get old, I will never die, but we need replacements. We need people that are enthusiastic, that want to get up and spread the word. Think about it, guys. Amateur radio is a lot of fun. It gives you the opportunity to learn a lot. How many, an honest question, how many of you go to the PAPA website? Okay. You see those pictures, there's hundreds of hours of work, man hours that go into putting that together. So if you think that's something you'd like to do and go up to the hill, you could really appreciate what amateur radio is all about when you go up to the hill. So don't be bashful. You hear us talking about it on the radio? That's a good thing. Jump in there and say, hey, can I tag along? The last time we went to Toro, we had the folks from that were on Soda wanted to go up there. And while they helped us put the antenna up, but while we were doing other things, they made 29 contacts on Soda. And you can read about Soda on the PAPA website. Let's see, what else is cooking with the PAPA system?